Welcome back to Sutton Bourbon and Smoke. I'm Forrest. This is Taylor. That's Kevin.
All right.
Man, we are here today with a couple of my favorites. Y'all know I cut my teeth on 1792 bourbon, small batch back in the day. And excited to tell you guys, this is probably one of the most underrated distilleries out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Across the board, their whole lineup. People always want to talk about the Weller Rainbow that you could get. Man, if you had the 1792 Rainbow, you'd be doing just fine.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man, we're getting close.
We're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
We have the small batch at your house. We just didn't bring it out here for today. But we do have the single barrel, the bottled in bond, which is a store pick here near us.
Yeah.
And then a full proof, which is another store pick. But we've had the regular versions of all of those as well.
Yeah.
They're so amazing.
Yeah, so what are we missing? We're missing the sweet wheat.
We're missing sweet wheat.
Yeah.
We've
never had it.
We've all tried it? I've tried it.
You've tried it, I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not tried it.
Yeah.
We're missing the high rye, and we're missing the port finish.
Ah, okay.
Which is probably one we'd
Probably
skip
out on.
Yeah, we're not big
That's
port
a
finish
good one,
guys.
Those.
But yeah, man, amazing lineup from a distillery that's not talked about enough.
Yeah, honestly, like these bottles always surprise me, and they're reasonably priced. Like the small batch is $32 and some change out the door here in North Carolina.
Yep.
And all these bottles right here were under $45.
Yeah.
You know, for the foolproof bottle to bond, and this is the single barrel here.
Store picks, no less. Like,
Yes,
you're getting that
You know, they're
in the $45 range, and you're just getting excellent bourbon.
Yeah. Like I said, definitely overlooked, right? People, yeah, not unlike, originally, like we talked about with larceny, right? People look at their just regular larceny. They overlook, I think, the barrel proofs there on larceny.
Yeah.
Same thing, Elijah Craig. The barrel proofs have caught on with the Elijah Craig, but
Yeah.
1792 definitely overlooked. I mean, like I said, it's there's some flavor punch out of all three of those.
Absolutely. This single barrel, it sat on the shelf for a little while. I mean, people were rushing and grabbing the Buffalo Trace, grabbing the Eagle Rare, grabbing that Sazerac, right? And this is, most people don't know, this is Sazerac product too.
Yeah.
And this single barrel, they got a case of it, and they had 3 bottles on the shelf that had sat there a couple weeks. I walked in there, grabbed all 3 bottles for us right here. Yeah.
Funny how that worked out.
All 3 bottles for us right here. And, man, people were coming in hunting bourbon and just didn't know what they were walking past. Didn't know what they were walking past. I'm sipping on the full proof right now, but, man, I would put that single barrel up against any other single barrel. Blanton's, you name it. We're going to have to do that at some point.
For sure.
Let us know if you want to see that single barrel lineup.
Yeah, just any single barrel product you can think of. We got the Russell single barrel we could do. We got the Blanton's. We've got a few others that we could throw in against this.
Absolutely.
And You'd probably be hard pressed to beat that one.
I agree. That's like I got a lot of big red gum,
I was getting more juicy fruit.
Yeah.
I got some of the cinnamon, the kind of big red flavor towards the end. But it's like you said, people rushing right past us to grab Buffalo Trace and Eagle Rare.
Right.
Fair, fine. I have nothing against those 2 bourbons.
Yeah.
But people will absolutely overlook really high quality stuff that's sitting right there on the shelf.
And like I said, at $45?
Yeah, all these bottles were at $45 or less. So.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's bottle number 3 of the bottled in bond. Like I said, I think got 3. So
it's the last
of the bottled in bond as well. It's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
No, I cut my teeth on 1792. Kevin and I. Small batch. Kevin and I, when we were sitting on the back deck, you were pretty into bourbon. You had 9 or 10 different bottles at that time. You're just starting your collection, and I was just kind of entering the scene there. We tried. Well, we did a big blind. I think it was like quarter ounce or half ounce pours of those 9 different ones. And man, I picked 1792. You bought me a bottle of 1792, and I will always have a bottle of 1792 small batch on my shelf moving forward. Right, it's just like a staple in my bar cart.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones I got when I was just kind of getting into this as well. And I just remember just thinking, man, if all bourbon tasted this good, that'd be great. And if it was this affordable, that'd be amazing. You get a ton of like cherry, almost medicinal cherry on that 1792 small batch. And it's just a really excellent pour.
Yeah.
All the way down to the kind of the flagship offering, up to the full proof. Can't go wrong.
Man, and this full proof here, right? Like, I know this is a single barrel, but Kevin, you were hitting on some interesting citrus notes on this earlier.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's like making an old fashioned, right? Just shaving that orange peel and getting that juice from the orange peel there. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, full proof coming in at 125 proof.
Right.
Bottled and bond, obviously 100.
Yeah.
The single barrel's 98.6. Do you know if they kind of keep that consistent across the single barrels or not?
Yeah, that's consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's consistent.
Gotcha. And then the small batch is like 93.7.
That's right.
Something like that. So
That's right.
you know, all pretty approachable up till you get to like the full proof. If you're really new to it, that full proof's probably going to drink hot.
I will say this is a touch drying, on the mouthful. It's got a lot to do with that being 125 proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. But
Yeah.
man, excellent stuff.
Yeah. And what we said, the just regular small batches, $30-some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you really want
$32 out the door.
Yeah.
Out the door.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, in the same group, right, of this Barton 1792, you got it $14. The very old Barton, right? Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
a
that's
great
another one that's
deal
overlooked.
for
Yeah.
$14. I mean,
You can't find anything better.
great.
Yeah.
You don't see it on the shelf a whole lot because it gets gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a couple times I've been in the store and I've had folks at the ABC store said, "Hey, you want to see the real value bourbon?"
Mm-hmm.
And this location, it's right there. It's that very old Barton
Yeah.
for $14.
They make an 86 proof and 100 proof.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, whatever your flavor is.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of, if you know, you know. Like,
Right.
if you find very old Barton, you need to grab it
Yeah.
as quickly as possible. Man, I mean, I don't have a whole lot bad to say, except these bottles are big and unwieldy, and they take up a lot of room in my shelf.
Yeah, these bottles.
These things will
Like-
take up all sorts of room on your shelf.
Look how wide that is.
Things
Right.
like these, and it's fat, and it's
Yeah.
just, it's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah.
Takes up entirely too much room.
Looking at the positives though, if you want to do it, take a cutting from a plant, get it to grow there,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
Propagate some plants. There
Right.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
You tell your wife, I've got to drink these because you have so many plants that we need to plant.
That's why we don't have the other bottle in
Exactly.
there. I do my part of the whole plant process here.
Indeed.
And that's what we're here to do. We're here to do our part, drink our bourbon, and tell you guys about it whether you want us to or not.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, if you find any of these 1792 products on your shelves, go out and grab them. You can go find the small batch right now. It's going to be one of the best $30 bottles of bourbon you're going to buy.
Agreed.
And, we just want to make sure that they're getting as much love as they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't pass on those, right? I mean, like I said, some of the other bourbons at the higher, if you start looking at stuff by price, you're cheating yourself here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because dollar amount, there's bourbon that's double, triple that.
Mm-hmm.
That this would kill it in a blind.
Yeah.
I know we started this by kind of questioning, like, is this the most overrated bourbon? Is this the best, like, value bourbon out there? Like,
I think so.
can you think of anything that's, like, that just really jumps out at you that's a better value than these? I'd really be hard-pressed to find,
Like
like,
$45?
yeah.
Do you get a foolproof product for $45?
Yeah.
For an Elijah Craig barrel proof or a Larson barrel proof, don't get me wrong, we're Heaven Hill fans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're at least spending $70 for a Larceny or a
Yeah. And I'd argue
or
that's...
$80 for a Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah. And I'd argue maybe that's the closest value you can find. Because
Yes.
that's as good as those
Yeah.
Elijah Craig barrel proofs are
Right.
for $80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be hard-pressed to find.
Yeah. Now, with the Heaven Hill, right, you're getting a little more upfront flavor burst,
Yes.
a little bit longer finish, but there's, I mean, for almost not quite half the price.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel, good flavor up front.
Yeah.
Nice long finish, not as long as Elijah Craig Larceny, but a good long finish here.
Excellent.
This one, I mean, I could sit there and drink this one all day.
Plus, it's stuff that, you could potentially find year-round. You don't have to
Right.
wait for certain batch releases.
Right. Granted, we didn't start finding this stuff, or maybe we weren't really looking for it either, being honest with you.
We might have just stumbled upon it at one point.
We started really hitting on this toward the end of 2023, and I'll continue to pick these up just as cheap as they are.
Absolutely.
And keep an eye out for them because of the price range that's in. I think a lot of stores like to look at 1792 for the barrel picks too.
Right.
I think a lot of it's But because they are so big, they do produce so much as well. I think it's probably
they
easier
produce a lot
folks.
for other distillers.
Yeah. But I think that is one thing. A lot of the bottled and bonds, the foolproof that we found, they've all been store picks. They must have like an incredible barrel pick program for like stores and places. So like, if you find them, like especially if you've got a liquor store near you where you like a lot of their store picks, maybe the person that picks them has a similar palate to you. Mm-hmm. If they ever find one of these, grab it. If they don't have them, tell them to go out and find one. Like they're amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're due for another single barrel challenge here in the future. You guys let us know if you want to see us put this 1792 single barrel up against Blanton's and some other single barrel products.
Yeah, and we're not gonna do a bottom and blind challenge with the store pick because I don't think it's fair.
No,
that store pick is incredible.
I don't think so either. Yeah, we'll do it with this.
We'll do the single barrel.
Run of the mill single barrel here. Yep. We'll put up against that. Keep it fair.
Yeah,
that'll work for me.
Yeah.
Well, hey, time to wrap it up.
Indeed.
We appreciate y'all stopping by.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.